Good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss antifungal drugs. So we will start with the classification, mechanism of action, their uses and adverse effect. But we should understand what is the fungal infection. When a fungal infection occurs, the patient has complaint of itching and also the white spot over the skin. There are some irregularity also occur in the nail. The most important complaint is the itching. As I have discussed that itching is the most important complaint, and patient having complaint of whitish spot over the skin which may be confused with the leprosy marks. But there is also infection occur in the nail and ear. These fungal infection is mostly associated with the immunocompromised patient. Mostly associated with the immunocompromised patient. And the fungal infection, where it occurs, it mostly occurs in the moist area of the body, such as the groins, under the breast, underarms, and sometimes in the whole body in some cases. Also in children, the nape of neck, the patient complain of itching, redness. Thus the fungal infection persists with the following complaints. What should be the treatment? The treatment should be discuss first for discussing in the classification. The antibiotics which is used as antifungals are comes under the group Polliens. In this Polliens, the amphotericin B, nystatin and hamicin. In Polliens group, it is the amphotericin B, nystatin and hamicin. In second group, echinocandins, it includes capsofungin, micafungin and andulafungin. It is the capsofungin, micafungin and andulafungin. In third group, it is the heterocyclic benzofuran. It is the graciofulvin. It's very important drug. Graciofulvin, it is the very important drug which is most commonly used in chronic cases of fungal disorder. In the antimetabolite drugs, the drug, it is the flucytosine, represented as 5-FC. It is the flucytosins. In azoles group, the first, it is the imidazoles. Imidazoles used as topical, which comes with the mnemonics cum boss. It is the cum boss. Cum, C for cotrimazole, then O for oxyconazole, M for miconazole and E for iconazole. B for butazole, O for, you can remember, oxyconazole, S for cetrazole and S for sulconazole. These azole groups which comes under imidazoles are used topically. In systemic use, it is the ketoconazole. The systemic use of azoles comes under the name of ketoconazole. The triazoles, triazoles, the systemic drugs. It is used for VIP. The triazoles, the systemic drugs, when the disease become chronic, it means the disease become VIP. So triazoles used for VIP. F for fluconazole, V for voriconazole, I for itraconazole and P for suaconazole. It is the posaconazole. Alamine group. In alamine groups, it is the terbinafine. And other drugs include benzoic acid, undicyclic acid, butenafin, cyclopirox, olamine. These are the classification of antifungal drugs. Now we will discuss about the amphotericin B. In amphotericin B, it is a polyenes, and it is polyenes having a microcyclic ring. This polyenes having a microcyclic rings, and these microcyclic rings have two ends. One end is associated with the conjugated double bonds. One end is associated with the conjugated double bonds. One end is associated with conjugated double bonds, and other ends includes hydroxyl group, and this hydroxyl group is hydrophilic in nature, whereas these conjugated double bonds are lipophilic in nature. Whereas one polar end possesses amino group and carboxyl group. Polar end includes amino group and carboxyl group. All groups are insoluble in water. And now the mechanism of action of these amphotericin B. The mechanism of action we will understand in very simple way. This is the fungal cell membrane, and the fungal cell membrane have ergosterol. This is the ergosterol. This ergosterol is a type of cholesterol or the fat molecule which is present only in the fungal cell membrane. The ergosterol or a type of cholesterol which is only present in the fungal cell membrane. What happens? These azoles, these amphotericin molecules or amphotericin B or azoles or the polyenes, it get attached with this ergosterol molecule. Amphotericin molecule get attached with this ergosterol molecule which is only present in the fungal cell wall. This ergosterol is absent in the bacterial cell wall. Thus amphotericin B as soon as get attached, these polyenes bind with the ergosterol molecule. Here I have shown you, and the hydroxyl group of the macromolecules of the polyene groups, it is present inside the cell. The hydroxyl group, which is hydrophilic in nature, it is present situated inside the cells, and double bond, which is the covalent conjugated double bonds, which is present outside the. These hydrophilic in nature have hydroxyl group. It get attached with the ions, amino acid and water soluble substance present inside the cell. As soon as these polyenes bind with the ergosterol molecule of the fungal cell membrane, they form micropore. They form a micropore, and as the micropore formation occurs, the ions and amino acid which is present inside the cell, it moves out and cell death occur, fungal cell death occur. Thus it is very important, as the fungal cell membrane contain ergosterol, which is a type of cholesterol molecule or fat molecules. The polyenes molecule or amphotericin B molecule binds only with the ergosterol. These ergosterol molecule present only in the fungal cell wall, not present in the bacterial cell. And hydroxyl group present in the intrinsic site or the inside the cell. The amino acids and ion and water soluble all get attached with the hydroxyl molecule, and with the micropore formation of polyenes with the ergosterol molecule, these get moves out. These all amino acids get moves out. Now the amphotericin B and the what happens at high concentration, it is fungicidal in nature, and in low concentration it is fungistatic in nature. And amphotericin B is active against the Candida albicans, Aspergillus, Spirothrix, Histoplasma and Cryptococcus. The amphotericin B is very much active against the Candida albicans, Aspergillus, Spirothrix, Histoplasma and Cryptococcus. And Along with also it is very active against the protozoal infection. And which type of protozoal? This is the Leishmania donavani. Leishmania donavani causes kala jar, and kala jar, it is a very important disease which is most commonly occur in the North Bihar. Kala jar most commonly occur in the North Bihar, in such in North Bihar, Darbhanga, Purnia, Madhubani, and caused by the Leishmania donavani. And these amphotericin B is very much active against this Leishmania donavani. Pharmacokinetics. In pharmacokinetics, it is not taken orally, it is used IV. The half life is 15 days, and its metabolism occur in the liver. Drug administration is very important of this amphotericin B. Why the drug administration is important? Because if drug is not given in the because drug, when it is given in fast IV, it may cause serious reactions and hypersensitivity reaction. So drug administration is very important. Drug is not mixed with the normal saline. Mostly we mix the drugs, many antibiotics in the normal saline solution, and we use. So amphotericin should not be mixed with the normal saline. The question arises why? Never should be used. Question arises why? Because when it is mixed with the normal saline, drug become coarse in nature. So if it is become coarse, it will hamper the veins, and erosion of the veins occur through the inner side of the vein. So it become coarse when it is mixed with the normal saline. So it should be avoided. Then which composition should be used? The drug is mixed with the 10% dextrose. And dose is 0.3 milligram per kg is infused. It is not injected, it is infused. It is mixed in the 10% dextrose at dose of 0.3 milligram per kg, and it is infused over 4 to 8 hours, very slowly. It should never be injected. After test dose, the test dose should always be given whenever you use an antibiotic. I have already told the amphotericin B comes under the group of antibiotic classification. So a test dose must be given before giving the infusion. Total dose should not increase to 3 to 4 gram, and it should be given up to 3 to 4 gram over 2 to 3 months. It should be given for 2 to 3 months. 0.5 milligram given twice in a fungal meningitis. It is intrathecal. If a patient complain of fungal meningitis, it is given intrathecal. In the dose of 0.5 milligram BD. Liposomal amphotericin B used against the kala jar. As we have discussed, the kala jar is a very serious disorder causing severe fever and having splenomegaly, and most commonly occurs in the North Bihar zone, Darbhanga, Madhubani, Purnia. These all sites are having this infection. So kala jar is treated with the help of amphotericin B, or it is the liposomal form. Uses: the topical application of amphotericin B. It is used in the mouth when the patient having complaint of oral fungal infection. Amphotericin B used topically. It should not be taken as a tablet form. It is used as a topical, as ointment in the oral fungal infection, in the vaginal infection. Patient complaining of otomycosis in the fungal infection in the ear. Patient will complain of itching in the ear, inner side of the ear. Having otomycosis, we can use topical application as a lotion or drop in ear, and also it is used as topical application as a ointment in cutaneous candidiasis. The amphotericin B is also used in febrile neutropenia and in leishmaniasis. As a Leishmania donavani causes kala jar. Amphotericin B is the most effective drug in kala jar and in mucocutaneous leishmaniasis. Mucocutaneous leishmaniasis mostly occur in the Afghanistan, but Kala Jar is most commonly occur in the Bihar, and Bihar also in the north Bihar zone. Adverse effect, as I have discussed, that amphotericin B is very hypersensitivity reactor, causes hypersensitivity reaction, so it should be given after intradermal testing. So what is the adverse effect? It causes nausea, vomiting, chills, fever, body aches, and pain all over the body. Patient also complain of dyspnea, which may last for 2 to 5 hours during fluid infusion. So that's why if fast fluid infusion is given, patient may complain of dyspnea. So we give infusion very slowly from 4 to 8 hours. And for if patient complain of dyspnea, we can use hydrocortisone 0.6 milligram for the treatment. Again, another side effect is the thrombophlebitis. It is the thrombophlebitis, where the injected vein at the injection site or the venous site where the infusion is given of amphotericin, it causes thrombophlebitis. It is highly nephrotoxicity. And manifest as azotemia, reduced GFR, and acidosis. And most important, which is also asked in your PG examination, it is the hypokalemia. Amphotericin B causes hypokalemia and bone marrow depression. The important point is that it causes nephrotoxicity and represent as azotemia, that GFR is reduced, acidosis, hypokalemia, bone marrow depression. So I have given it here the one clue: ampho-hypo. Amphotericin B causes hypokalemia. You can correlate with the ampho with the hypo. Thank you for today.